thing that we do at Couch Pundits. It's the Couch Pundits Cricket Podcast with myself and my good friend Dhaval. Hello, Dhaval. How are you
Hello.
doing?
It's going
Yes,
well, man. How's it going?
not bad, guys. Slightly late, I agree, but because we have switched to this thing, we have switched to StreamYard today, and it is a new technology, and we will get a hang of it eventually. Thank you for joining with me, as always. Is my best friend and also husband and also wife, Dhaval. Today we're discussing the Women's World Cup, we're discussing the IPL, and most importantly, we are discussing how have you been in the last week that we were not here. I think that's a good place to start. Dhaval, how have you been? I know you've been busy with work.
I have been very busy with work, and that's a good thing, I think, in my line of work.
Yeah,
If you are busy, that means you are working. If you're not
yeah.
busy, means you're just playing eight-ball pool on your phone all day while you sit in office. We've all had those days. Come on.
We've all had those days. I, for one, have
Yeah, we
most
have.
certainly had those days.
Why aren't you
Uh,
playing eight-ball pool with me, Akash? I keep sending you
because
those
I've
invites.
I've not in I've not installed it on the new phone. I just refused to install it. I said ये करने का ही नहीं अब मेरे को. Yeah, I know.
That's a good move, I think.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
Miniclip has
okay. So
ruined many a careers.
yeah, I don't know why this says Yastika Bhatia supremacy underneath.
Why
I don't
not is
know.
my question.
I don't know who this
She's
is.
killing it.
Yeah, I don't know who this is. I'm just gonna make a new thing that says, please like the stream.
Are you saying
And
you don't know who has done this? Yeah, you should not know who has done this because it has been done secretly.
you have done this.
Yeah.
You have done this. Then it's okay. I don't mind it. But let's start with that. Let's start with that. That's the best play to start, if you ask me. When we get into this, is the first is the cricket Women's World Cup, the ODI World Cup that's going on. Dhawal, you have been following it more than I have. I'm going to let you
Yeah.
lead this charge. I don't want to feel like an idiot, but I understand the theme of your conversation is that Yastika Bhatia is a supremacy.
Yastika Bhatia is supremacy. Sneha Rana is also supremacy. Man, that lady has been killing it. Last game, she took 4 wickets. She scored a personal best 50 in this tournament.
Yeah,
And all round, she just comes in and breaks those all important partnerships, takes wickets, golden arm.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
She is what we would like Deepti Sharma also to be, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
get there. We'll get there. Overall, I think India are having a World Cup for which is good for the kind of preparation they've gone in with. Unfortunately, yet again, they've not gone in with optimum
A lot
preparation,
of yeah,
but they're
yeah.
doing well. The question that only has to be answered, the only question that has to be answered in this World Cup is who will Australia beat in the finals?
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like that. I mean, by on any measure, Australia seems to be leading the pack, and how. And I mean, it's not something. मतलब ये तो वो 90s वाला Australian men's team supremacy अभी ये लोग दिखा रहे हैं इधर.
हाँ मतलब just generally supremacy दिखा रहे वो लोग. Not it's not even a competition. India did do well against them in the match that they played. It was a high scoring
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
but at no point did Australia seem uncomfortable in that game. It was not like
yeah,
the score was like, oh बहुत ज्यादा है, pressure में आए. बिल्कुल भी नहीं. They just like went ahead and got it. India's next game is against South Africa. That is going to be India's last game of the tournament. Sorry, do you have to do something?
yeah. If we don't win by a margin,
Okay, the qualification scenario. Yes,
yeah,
that's a good
yeah,
place to start. Qualification scenario for India is fairly simple if they win. If they win, they qualify to the semis. If they don't
yeah,
win, then there is a lot of permutations and combinations. Mainly, if they don't win, then and West Indies win, then West Indies, South Africa, Australia, and another team will be through.
yeah,
England have 2 games to go. West Indies have 2 games to go. Sorry, West Indies have 1 game to go, and South Africa have 2 games to go. South Africa are
okay,
playing India and West
yeah,
Indies. West Indies are playing South Africa. England are playing New Zealand and Pakistan. Both teams
right.
that they can beat. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I personally feel like South Africa themselves have had quite the fairy tale World Cup. Yeah, they've come out of some fucking harrowing situations that many teams would have folded under. So it's definitely going to be a tough team to beat. Uh,
Yeah.
And personally, I mean, okay. So today I watched 83, dude. Finally, I don't know if you've seen it
I've not seen it.
yet.
I've not
It's
seen
on
it.
Hotstar and it's on Netflix. I don't know why it's on both, but it's there. And
Yeah,
uh,
there was a suit in the Bombay High Court last week also about
solid
that.
tear-jerker moments in that movie. Like, I mean, I mean, that's a World Cup that had nothing to do with men, and yet the feelings are so strong there. I don't know how to feel that. I don't know how to process those feelings. But yeah, it's just that constant thing in the movie, which also, I mean, I'm sure you know about already. Is just the idea that everyone's just telling Kapil Dev, "Aren't you happy you've done this much so far?" And that's sort of the same feeling I get with
And
the
he's like,
women's
"Nahi."
team. Where it's like, अच्छा हुआ तुम खेल के आए.
Uh, yes and no. See, I don't want to go into this too much because I don't think there is any point in dissecting this anymore. Yes, this is the situation that exists. It is neglected in this country. It is not given its due.
Hmm.
But it is what it is. These girls are going out there playing in spite of all of this. So I would rather discuss the game and the matches and the cricket that is being played than
Yeah,
the political background to it, because let's face it, it's there with us that it will change, hopefully, eventually. But right now we're
yeah,
focusing on the World Cup.
yeah,
Right now we're focusing on the next game, which is against South Africa. I think tomorrow South Africa is playing the West Indies. I'm not sure which game is tomorrow. I'll just look that up. Uh, it's yeah, South Africa is playing West Indies, 23rd March, 2022 GMT. So that's like in a few hours from now. So if
yeah,
West Indies beat South Africa, it's going to be quite an effort, and that will mean India will be in a must-win situation. So a lot depends on the game tomorrow.
yeah,
Going back to last time India played South Africa was when South Africa toured India in 2021, and India won one ODI and one T20I against them. South
yeah,
Africa looked way too good for us,
yeah.
and right now also they are looking way too good for us. But there is Smriti, there's Shefali, there's Harman, who are all Smriti and Harman are in form. Yastika
Some
Bhatia
sublime form. Some
has
sublime
hit
form,
back to
really.
back half centuries, also in form. Indian bowlers are also doing well. There is some
Yeah,
discussion over here about whether the team combinations are right, whether we're going in with too many pacers, not enough spinners, not enough bowlers. So maybe chat can tell us what they think about this. Should India be going in with six bowlers as opposed to the five that they are usually going in with right now?
yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah,
Mr. Pink is very inspired by the movie today, and he's saying,
yeah.
"Can CWC 22 be the 83 moment for Indian women's cricket?" Doesn't seem likely at this point in time, but if it were, then it would be quite the delight for all of us, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
देवांश, थैंक यू फॉर द सुपर चैट मैन. कैसे हो भाई लोग? बहुत टाइम के बाद. मेहता कैसा चल रहा है? टूर टेक केयर ब्रोस. Tour is going okay, man. We are trying to sell tickets. I'm going to Ahmedabad also this time, so please come and watch Dark in Ahmedabad if you can. 20 plus cities, or almost 50 plus shows we're doing, 55 odd shows we're doing. So it's going to be quite the hectic time. टिकट चाहिए तो मेरा इंस्टाग्राम में है. इंस्टाग्राम चाहिए तो मेरे इधर के डिस्क्रिप्शन में, वरना कुछ भी मत है. हम लोग कैसे? मैं ठीक हूँ. धवल बिजी है. तू कैसा है? कैसा चल रहा है शादी का बिजनेस? थैंक यू फॉर द सुपर चैट. यस.
ये देवांश आज कुछ कपड़े वपड़े बेचता है ना?
Devansh does, yeah, but like last time I met Devansh, it was in Ahmedabad, and he was like, "आपके शादी के लिए बताओ क्या चाहिए, सब sort कर देंगे." So
I think he
the
meant kapde.
sentiment, yeah, but the sentiment stayed with me. No, I didn't mean just the kapde. I know that for sure. But
Acha,
whatever it was, it will be sorted. But yeah,
fair enough.
so
Going back
uh,
to that question about
yeah,
83
yeah,
moment, I
yeah,
think it was also a lot, like, yes, for as a fan, I think the 2017 World Cup was sort of that moment where everyone was just like, whoa, ye log ne MCG bhar diya.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
And
pretty close. That time also
yeah,
they got pretty close, but it was
it
just
was
that
quite
same feeling
heartbreaking.
of, yeah, it was that same feeling of "Are yaar,"
But good fight
Yeah,
was shown. And that's all we can
yeah,
hope for, right? That's all we can
yeah,
hope for from the situation, is that they fight. They
yeah.
fight
I mean, what
and
else can we?
yeah.
Yeah,
So important game coming up against South Africa, but more importantly, West Indies. If they lose tomorrow, then India are in a much better position because net run rate wise हम लोग
Yes,
बहुत आगे, बहुत ही
yes,
ज्यादा. लास्ट मैच में बांग्लादेश को बुरी तरह से हराया है.
yes,
और हाँ, तो
yeah.
बेसिकली ये है राउंड अप ऑफ इंडियाज पोजीशन currently. uh, I think we can move on to world cricket in general. Akash, have you been watching the test matches that are happening in Pakistan, the dead
I've
rubbers?
been I've been watching them and I've just been feeling like ये क्या है यार, ये क्या है
उस्मान ख्वाजा
यार,
को घर वापसी करवा रहे हैं वो लोग.
यार कैसा गंदगी यार. But you know, I just want to point back, if you remember, to back before to before this tour, when India was in Australia, and then after that Australia obviously played a few series at home after that, and there was so much conversation around ख्वाजा एंड की, लाइक ये तो इधर खेल लिया, इसको कभी बाहर नहीं खिलाएंगे इसके बाद, ये क्या ही कर लेगा. And look at him shine, dude. And how now, is it because those pitches are fuck all? I don't know, but you know, because what is a fuck all pitch? Apparently so was Bangalore at some point recently. So you know, I mean, क्या ही बोल सकता है. देख, एक तो है कि ये ऐसा तो नहीं है कि इक्वली मैच, इतना इक्वली मैच नहीं है कि ऐसा एंड होना चाहिए हर मैच. ये तो है क्लियरली. इनफैक्ट आई वाज इन दुबई लास्ट वीकेंड फॉर अ शो. I went to a Pakistani restaurant. I watched a good full session in the restaurant because they had it on. And the number one topic of conversation even there was ki, like, yeah, nobody likes a test match without 20 wickets.
Yeah,
It's not a
exactly.
fun test match unless there are 20 wickets, at least from one side. So, I mean, it is quite the sad, yeah.
It was so sad. Like, मतलब Babar Azam must खेला. Like, it was an effort from Pakistan even in the last game to
Yeah,
draw the game. But it was one of those कि मतलब तुम अच्छे टीम तो हो ही, तो
yeah,
मतलब ये तुम खींच लोगे. जरा जरा सा भी मतलब सोच के किया ना तो तुम खींच लोगे.
yeah, yeah, fair
And
enough.
essentially that's what happened. But interestingly, today Pakistan have lost 20 runs में 7 wicket. Their last 7
Yeah.
wickets they lost for 20 runs.
I think they got just, well, they got tired, dude. They were like, fuck this यार, नहीं होएगा अभी और. चलो दुबई जाते हैं, एक्सपो खत्म हो जाएगा, मिस हो जाएगा. बता दो यार.
Did you go for the expo, Akash?
I went for one show in the expo and it was a very odd experience. I was talking about it on Cyrus's show today as well. I watched Faisal from Strings, followed by James, followed by Euphoria, aka Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, in order of Independence Days, as I put it. And it
Huh.
was it's just a mess, dude. Like it was. I didn't enjoy it too much. I mean, James was an experience. Faisal was okay. Euphoria was not fun. Euphoria was not fun
Euphoria as
at
in the
all.
band.
Yeah,
Dhoom Pichak Dhoom.
Doom Pichak Doom. If they could have just sung one fucking song without turning it into a unnecessary crescendo at the end, it would have been very nice. Anyway, but coming
Are you
back to
talking about
international cricket,
Euphoria's historical discography or that particular performance?
no,
Because
I
it
meant
applies to both.
no. Trust me, like the entire fucking thing was just this very painful experience to sit through. And at the end, they tried to do like this collab thing, which also went very badly. It did not go well. People walked off stage and all, so it was just awkward, but very entertaining as well, but for different reasons. Okay, here's what I want to talk to you about, though.
Huh.
Bangladesh is set
Uh-huh.
to beat South Africa in an ODI series in South Africa.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know if it's a
they
three
won
ka
2 out of
series
3.
or a two out of three. Yeah, I think it's three only. No, it's not four
It's
or
3,
five.
no? It's a 3-match series.
Yeah, yeah, it's a three-match series.
They just
So,
won it.
and
Yeah.
it just feels like it's some next level. This Bangladesh team, bro, these guys are out to prove something. It's a finally a great underdog hero story in cricket after a long time. Things that they are doing that Afghanistan has not been able to do. It feels good.
But Bangladesh have had like 15 years in Afghanistan, right? 20 years in
सवाल ही
Afghanistan.
नहीं है.
So
सवाल ही नहीं है. प्लस उधर तालिबान थोड़ी है श्रीलंका पे. I'm sure that slows down the cricket, bro.
Maybe just
And
a
I
little
don't know
bit.
how. I don't know how, but it must. I'm very sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But yeah,
yeah,
let's talk about that. In today's game, South Africa scored a measly 152 or 154 runs.
154,
154 in 37 overs.
154,
Bangladesh
all
chased
out.
down with
Yeah,
9 wickets in hand. So
yeah,
for one down. There was a
yeah,
moment in today's game which was a very Mushfiqur Rahim moment. For Taskin Ahmed's fifth wicket, Mushfiqur Rahim caught the catch, and it was a suspect catch. They were checking it and all. It was given out, fair catch. In celebration, Rahim threw the ball in the air and
yeah,
dislocated his shoulder, Akash.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or something, I don't know, injured himself in some
He
way.
injured. Yeah.
And I thought that was as Mushfiqur Rahim as Mushfiqur Rahim can get. There was not a lot
Yeah.
that he can do, which is other than that Nagin dance, I used to think, with his hands. But he
Yeah.
can bat and he can throw balls
Yeah.
in the air hard enough that dislocate his shoulder. You know, it's happened to a friend of mine actually, a
Oh
friend of
yeah.
ours. Yeah, he would have been a promising IPL cricketer today if it wasn't for that one incident where he threw
Oh
the
my
ball from the
God.
boundary line to the keeper and dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, that's
और इसे
terrible,
कहते
dude.
हैं हम passion.
Oh no. That's just terrible, dude. I mean, I can't even imagine. But I'll tell you, sometimes that is life also. You know, like sometimes I'm on stage and I do an elaborate act out and I pull something, and immediately I curse myself and I get sad. Ki like, man, yeah, and it's some stupid shit like I'm doing or some stupid fucking movement that I didn't need to do, and then I just
Uh,
come out with a cricked neck or some shit. I get too excited on stage. LSG jersey review. Lucknow, I like that it's a specific. He wants a specific like Lucknow Super Giants के इसका review दो और कोई बाकी सब तो होता रहेगा life में. You remember Hassan Ali stretching his shoulder while celebrating wicket against Zimbabwe? Yes. Oh my
yeah.
God, yes. पर ऐसे ऐसे inadvertent injuries are some of the saddest injuries in cricket, but also some of the best injuries in cricket. You know what I mean?
No injury is a good injury. But yeah, let's call it some of the best injuries for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
But I mean, so Tamim Iqbal working out as an ODI captain for Bangladesh, I feel like the ship has been steadied. I feel like, unlike a Pakistan team where who is captain matters, I don't think in the Bangladesh team who is captain matters as much. I think it's a very cohesive unit. I watched the highlights of the second and the first ODI, and
Hmm.
you can feel it. Like you can genuinely feel like it's a good this thing. A lot to be said about South Africa though, because it's very interesting to me that this is, I mean, almost the same South Africa that beat us when we went there. So
Yeah,
like
I mean, test matches, but yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm just saying, like we didn't fare particularly, we didn't
Yeah,
exactly
we didn't
crush
do well in
them.
the ODIs also, but that was
Yeah,
because KL Rahul was captain.
yeah,
No,
maybe.
I'm just kidding. We didn't do well. South Africa played really well, and I think Bangladesh are playing exceptional cricket. Uh,
Yeah,
they're just playing exceptional cricket. I think it's like you said, it's like a watershed moment for them. Maybe this is the team that
yeah.
inspires a generation. I'm sure they do uh, within Bangladesh, and I'm sure it's only going to get better from them from here
Hmm.
because it can't get any worse, can it? Will it? I hope not.
I mean, Taliban could take over Sri Lanka.
Why are you saying Sri Lanka? They are in Bangladesh.
Sorry, Bangladesh.
Okay,
So,
here's something I want to discuss before we move to
yeah,
IPL.
yeah,
This there was this moment like 2 seconds ago where I said, India lost because KL Rahul was captain, and obviously I said that as a joke. But a lot of Indian cricket fans are not saying things like this as a joke. A lot of Indian
yeah.
cricket fans have suddenly, I don't know from where they've become these toxic Indian cricket fans. Do you feel this, Akash? Chat, maybe you can tell us also. Do you feel this toxicity from Indian cricket, or is this just existing on Twitter and Instagram?
I mean, I to think anything where people can. I mean, look at this chat, man. There is a somebody called fucking Zemon. I don't know if that's his real name. Is Akash Joshi really Akash Joshi? Is Harsab Singh really Harsab Singh? You know, anonymity and the ability to not own up to your bullshit gives people the freedom to say anything online, dude. It's not about India or Pakistan or any other country. सब लौड़े होते हैं इंटरनेट पे, जितना भी तुम ट्राई कर लो. और जो लोग नहीं भी होते, and it's, you know, man, like people have fucking fake accounts on Instagram, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's a rabbit hole of kachara that you are going into the minute you enter the internet. So I don't think it's an Indian cricket thing. I think it's generally the world. Does it percolate into everyday life? Yeah, you know, because less and less there are consequences to actions in this world. You know, so you know, we live in a post-truth, post-consequence world almost. So I don't think you care. Chad, do you
Post
guys think so?
apocalypse also.
हाँ, तुम लोग को
I'll
क्या
give you an
लगता है?
example of what I'm talking about. Recently, Dan Christian came out and said that he does not want to play the IPL owing to the amount of abuse he received last year.
Hmm.
While he was playing for RCB, he faced a lot of online abuse, this abuse, that
Hmm.
abuse, whatever, whatever,
Hmm.
whatever. And apparently he said, मैं तुम लोग के साथ नहीं खेलेगा वापस. And he didn't put
Hmm.
his name in the auction as well. There
Hmm.
are a lot of cricketers who have put their names in the auctions and have pulled out for various reasons. Maybe bio bubble fatigue might be the reasons they've decided. But a lot of them are like the amount of money they've got, they're not happy with also. They're like, इतने पैसे के लिए हम लोग इतना क्यों करें? You know?
Right.
क्योंकि आईपीएल में आके बहुत सहना भी पड़ता है. Yes, it's a great earning opportunity. Financially, it's a
Yes.
wonderful thing for a lot of cricketers. But it's also like this really highly competitive environment, which is also great. Like that's what fuels, excellence. But it's also, I feel, on some level, a very toxic environment. Maybe not as much within the
Ah,
franchises and within the uh, system itself, but outside pressure of these fans and people like you and me who are, sitting and
yeah.
just like sitting on our butts and doing commentary with absolutely no knowledge of what goes on inside,
Yeah.
and saying it like like where did this
But
Virat
here's,
Kohli camp, Rohit Sharma camp come up? It does not exist.
it
I
doesn't
love both
exist.
of them.
Yeah.
You
But
remember
no, I
when
think it's also, no, I think you're missing out the fact that, okay, okay, there is no, there is, there is, there's so much time in a day. Okay. And in that amount of time, you need to keep scrolling. Okay. So what do you scroll? Because there's not that many things that are relevant to you, right?
Hmm.
So the whole kind of like this, everything sort of boils down to how much time a company can get you to spend absorbing its stuff. That's what everything boils down, which is what triggers the news, the kind of news we get now, which is not news anymore. When was the last time you read news? If you Google any news story, you get a fucking article from some so-called newspaper saying in Twitter reacts to such and such event. लौड़े न्यूज किधर है, हुआ क्या, रिपोर्ट करना, वो तो हो ही नहीं रहा. So I mean, you know, and every cricket analyst, every cricketer will tell you how much news is just made up straight up just to get a click, you know. And I think that's what drives it, right? Like every troll is just a content creator, but on the dark side. You know, it's all the attention economy. You stop giving them bow, they don't exist anymore. But the fact is that all of us give them bow. You keep fucking sharing their outrageous opinions, and we keep fucking every third comment we get every time we talk about Kohli is, oh, you fucking Rohit. So I mean, clearly it's not just on the social media. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
person does think that on some level in their brains, and they exist in the real world, not on the fucking social media. So
yeah,
people saying that it's just turn off, uninstall Twitter, but that motherfucker will reach you on YouTube or on Instagram. But that
घर पे
being
पहुंच
said,
जाते.
and that being said, you get into a industry which involves you being, public, then that's the industry. What the fuck do you do? You think I enjoy
Yeah,
being on fucking Instagram? I don't, dude. But it's the industry. That's the part of the job. Somebody's come to your door and left.
yeah. No, somebody tried took Lola out.
Oh,
He was
okay.
knocking on the door, so
Good girl.
there is always a person stationed right outside my door when I'm doing this podcast, so that when Lola knocks, they open the door and take her out.
Lovely. But like with Dan, I feel like देख तेरे को हेट मिलने वाला है डूड, इसलिए तेरे को करोड़ रुपया मिल रहा है ना, ऐसा थोड़ी है
नहीं
मतलब
यार, इससे तेरे को करोड़ रुपया नहीं मिल रहा है, तेरे को करोड़ रुपया इसलिए मिल रहा है क्योंकि
तेरे
तू अच्छा
क्रिकेट के लिए
प्लेयर
मिल
है।
रहा है। हाँ ओके,
हाँ
तेरे क्रिकेट के लिए मिल रहा है। ओके, एक सेकंड
हाँ।
एक सेकंड एक सेकंड, नहीं 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 धवल, यू आर, आई एम सॉरी बट दैट्स नॉट पेइंग द बिल्स, द लेट्स बी
नहीं,
ऑनेस्ट,
that's not paying the bills. What
ड्रामा,
is paying the bills
द
is like a
ड्रामा,
million people want to watch you.
या बिकॉज ऑफ द ड्रामा, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ द क्रिकेट। ओके ओके, नहीं 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 नहीं
Maybe not
नहीं
all
नहीं
of
नहीं
them
नहीं
want to
नहीं,
watch because of the cricket, but I
10
would
मिलियन में
like
से,
to.
10 मिलियन में से 2 मिलियन लोग को क्रिकेट में इंटरेस्ट है, ठीक है,
नहीं
बाकी
नहीं
आठ
नहीं नहीं
मिलियन
नहीं,
सिर्फ ड्रामा के लिए आए हैं।
ड्रामा के लिए नहीं, एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए आए हैं। कुछ लोग ड्रामा करने के लिए आते हैं। Most of them are there for the entertainment, some of them are there for the cricket, and some of them are there for the drama. There is a fine line between entertainment and drama. There is cricket entertainment and there is off field drama. Okay, those are two very separate things. There is
And when
drama
there
on
is
field
not
also,
enough on
but that
field,
is called cricket entertainment.
and when there is not enough on field, what the fuck do? They make up shit, dude. They make up shit because the clicks have to keep coming. The scroll has to be endless. You know, it's that's what drives the economy, bro.
No,
Not
I
like
don't
you and
agree with
me.
you when you say that, Dan Christian is being paid, or whoever is being paid that amount of money because people are creating drama out of IPL. No, that's not
No,
how
it's part of it,
that's
man.
not the way
It's
I see it.
100% part of
But
it.
I
It's
feel
hundred
like
percent where that
generally
sponsor
the
money comes from.
Indian cricket fan landscape has just gone from back when Sachin Sehwag, Ganguly, Lakshman Dravid, when I was growing up watching these guys, it was like, oh my god, all of them are so good. Okay, new guy has
Yeah.
come in. Let's see what he or he's got. Like I did not follow women's cricket back then, but yeah, it was
Hmm.
generally like, oh ye aaya, Harbhajan, wow, Zahir Khan, wow, Munaf Patel नहीं खेलता था अच्छा तो उसको मतलब बोलते थे मुनाफ पागल है, नहीं कर
Yeah.
सकता है, बेकार
Yeah.
बॉलिंग करता है, but it was not like Zahir Khan better है, मुनाफ पटेल उसकी जगह ले रहा है,
I
ये this
agree.
guy is better than that. No, it
But
was like
that's
either you're good
but
or
that's
you're
the
bad.
media but that's the media landscape. Everybody wants to know your top five favorite fucking XYZ. Everybody wants to know this or that, X or Y, one or two. It's all fucking binary. There is no gray left. I mean, come on, man. Like you came to a fucking
That's true.
gunfight with a fucking cricket bat, dude. It doesn't make
My
sense.
pants are
You know?
grey though.
Eh,
I would show you, but they're in the other room.
yeah. So I mean, it's I say there's no point to it. Thankfully, you and I love the sport for what it is to an extent. I also like to see everyone's
Yeah,
best
but
fight.
people still think that we are, either in Virat Kohli camp or Rohit Sharma camp, and I don't know, man. Let them think
Yeah,
what they want to think, but it's fairly clear to both of us that we are in neither camps. We are just at our own houses and
yeah,
enjoying their success because that's all we
absolutely.
can do. That is the limited participation we have in these people's lives. It is
Yeah,
watching them and either feeling happy when they are happy, feeling sad when they are sad. But if you
yeah.
start feeling happy when they are sad and feeling sad when they are happy, then then you've got a
That's the
problem with
problem.
you.
This is what I tweeted when Bumrah got his fifer at home. I was like, this is the beauty of sport, right? Like we get to celebrate somebody else's achievements and we get to share in someone else's loss. But instead of sharing in their loss, we just point a finger at them and say, "Ye lodu, wo lodu." Speaking of which,
Yeah.
we missed Devansh ka second super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, "मेहता के लिए कुछ भी sort कर देंगे, बताओ बस." Mutual feeling, bro. Akash, congratulations, Dhaval. धवल आपकी वेडिंग का भी सॉर्ट कर देंगे, बस अब धवल की शादी हो जाए तो मैं मर पाऊं शांति से. That's what I'm saying, not him.
Okay, moving on. Uh,
नहीं करते ना तेरी
where,
शादी की चर्चा, मैं नीचे से टिकर भी बदलने को तैयार हूँ.
where is your face?
I don't know, it just went off. This is a
Acha.
problem with this camera. I need to return this camera, but I feel like the warranty is void. I don't know what to do.
Do you think your face will come back in 3 minutes?
I don't know.
Let's see, guys. Chat.
Let's
Maybe we
hope.
can count.
Let's reset this a couple of more times and see what happens.
Yeah,
um
yeah.
Yes, Akash, I completely agree with you. Enjoy cricket, says Akash Joshi, and enjoy Vishal. आईपीएल की बातें करें, थोड़ी और चर्चा करते हैं. आईपीएल की मतलब टॉक्सिक तो पब्लिक है, बट टीम्स काफी रेडी है.
teams काफी ready है. Uh, Akash, I told you earlier that Mark Wood has been replaced by Blessings Murzabani. That is not entirely true. Firstly, it was from a fake account that was tweeted that he has replaced and he has come into the IPL. And I
Oh,
believed it because Mapu Melelo Mabangwa liked it, that tweet.
oh, I mean, I also follow him. So yeah,
Yeah. So I follow Ambangwa and he liked it. So I thought, okay, this, Blessings will not have a verified Twitter account. But if Ambangwa is liking it, then it
right,
may be the true one.
right.
Later, he clarified from his real Twitter account that he is in fact joining the IPL, but not as a player, like, as like a net bowler type, like he's part of the squad, but he's not going to play.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, neither are a lot of England players, but sure.
Let's talk about a couple of England players. Biggest news in the IPL recently is a bunch of them leaving, or
Yes,
rather, not coming for the IPL this year.
yes. I think it's
Do you think
solidarity
there is
for
any
Jofra.
particular reason for it,
Yes,
or
Jofra needs company to play Fortnite. जोफ्रा को अकेला
so?
पड़ रहा है, उसके क्लैन वाले सारे आईपीएल खेलने जा रहे हैं, तो वो बोल रहा है दोस्तों प्लीज.
Just very quickly, Jason Roy is out. Rahmanullah Gurbaz is in Gujarat Titans. Mark Wood is
Yeah,
out in Lucknow Super Giants. I think Andrew Ty is in. Maybe chat can confirm that.
but
Hales
I
is
mean,
out
what a
and Aaron
loss.
Finch is in for KKR.
एलेक्स
Sorry.
हेल्स नॉट प्लेइंग इज द मोस्ट फकिंग पॉइंटलेस थिंग. वो क्या खेल रहा है, वो क्या कर रहा है अपने लाइफ के साथ, खेलना.
And it would have been so poetic if after Owen Morgan was dropped by KKR, they would pick Alex Hales.
एग्जैक्टली.
And it would have been not poetic, it would have just been hilarious because, yes, Alex Hales was dropped for like good reasons by Morgan, which we later found out were good reasons. Until we found out
या
what those reasons were, we used to think कि Morgan thoda attitude wala hai, ye wo.
या
And later it was revealed that Alex Hales is basically an ass. So
but then so is Vade apparently, and he's playing.
yeah, but Alex Hales is a different kind of an ass. Vade is just like a whatever. Like he's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
arrogant person. Having said that, Jason Roy की जगह पे रहमानुल्लाह गुरबाज. Excited about that? Anytime an
Uh,
Afghanistan player is mentioned, I feel like
Yeah, I
Akash
mean,
gets
yes and
excited.
no. Yeah, yes and no. Like, yes, because Afghanistan player. No, because, like, Jason Roy is also a treat to watch, dude. Like, but yeah, I'm kind of happy he's not there. Just weakens the team, if you ask me. I don't know if his Afghanistani counterpart is the kind of pressure-taking batsman that one requires in the IPL. But what I mean, I know. Dhaval is thinking, "को ऐसा होता नहीं है big match player." But होता है यार, होता है big match player होता है. तो big match player मेरे को वो नहीं लगता है. तो I don't know how much it will do. Mumbai in retrospect, I mean, great job picking Jofra Archer because he won't play a single game. He just tweeted also saying that he's definitely not available. Uh,
Hmm.
which means that in essence we now have the ability to basically they won't have to pay the money. We only have to pay the fraction of the money.
Yeah, but that was decided before the auction. He had made it very clear that he's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
play this year's IPL.
But
So,
now the concern is कि अगर बुमराह को कुछ हो गया तो अपना थोड़ा गांड लगने वाला है.
like frankly, we've discussed this during the previews also, which are on the channel, by the way, guys. If you guys have not checked it out, we have done team previews for each team separately. Most of them have released. I think Lucknow and Gujarat is left, and maybe one more. So you can find them on our channel. It's in the clips. We are doing clips of these things, so go check
Hey,
those out. Like the button
who's
and
back?
share the stream and all also. Hey,
Yeah,
look who's back in
I'm
exactly
back.
3.5 4 minutes.
I'm not back in 3.5 4 minutes. Anyway.
I wonder the things that you can do in 3.5 and 4 minutes. Maybe chat can help us out. Chat, if you think there is an appropriate emoji of what can be consumed as done, sorry, in 3.5 or 4 minutes, maybe you all can put that in the emoji chat
Sure.
box things.
Anyway, But upra upri IPL in fewer locations this year than usual. Do you think that's going to make that much of a difference? I think it is. I think it's going to be slightly boring in the terms of pitches not being different enough.
It's also going to, like, towards the end, pitches are going to get slower, like what we
Yeah,
saw in Dubai and
yeah,
UAE generally. Pitches are going to get
yeah.
slower. But okay, do you know the format? If people know the format of IPL, okay, this is how it is. Let me explain it
It's
so that
some
I
confusing
understand
shit,
myself.
dude.
There I love the emojis that are coming in. There are two groups, okay? Group A and Group B. They have been divided as, if whoever has won the maximum number of titles or has made the maximum number of finals, they have been ranked in that order. So MI is number one because they won most
Yeah,
titles. Then is CSK. So it goes, number one goes in Group A, number two goes in Group B, number
Group
three goes
B.
in Group A, number four goes in Group B.
Yeah,
So वैसे ग्रुप्स बनाए गए हैं, and now number one has a counterpart. Number one of Group A has a counterpart in Group B, which is number one. So number one and one are counterparts. You play each of the teams in your group twice. You play each of the teams in the other group once, except your counterpart, who you play twice. So you have four other teams in your group, so that's 8 games. You have five other teams in the other group, so that's 13 games. And that one extra game against that counterpart, that makes 14 games. And that is as simplified as I can make it. Even Akash has understood, and as he is showing with his hand gestures.
कुछ तो हो रहा है.
Uh, yeah,
कुछ तो
कुछ
हो
तो
रहा
हो
है.
रहा है. ये
सही है.
ऐसा फॉर्मेट पहले भी था कोची टस्कर्स केरला के टाइम पे.
हाँ, पर
तो
फिर वो टीम चला गया. बस रमेश पवार का बॉलिंग एक्शन देख के सब लोग डर गए थे.
हाँ, और फिर उसको विमेंस का कोच बना दिया. Anyway, what I am saying is, it is going to be a fun tournament because all the matches are happening in Bombay. It is going to be fun because it is going to be a tournament. It is not going to be fun because there's going to be a lot of traffic. There's going to be
And
a lot of traffic.
धवल का ऑफिस का रूट पूरा फक होने वाला है गाइस. एक भी रास्ता ऐसा नहीं है उसके ऑफिस जाने का जिसमें ट्रैफिक नहीं होगा वानखेड़े या तो सीसीआई का. तो ठीक है.
Yeah.
नवी मुंबई में भी मैच है ना.
नवी मुंबई में भी मैच है, पुणे में भी मैच है.
पुणे में भी मैच है.
ब्रबॉन, वानखेड़े, डीवाई पाटिल एंड पुणे.
Which
4
is
venues
interesting.
there.
CCI getting IPL matches. I mean, I feel just like fucking unnecessary, dude. If
It's
you
such a
guys
nice
thought Wankhede,
ground.
if you thought Wankhede was small, guys, like
Hey, no,
ये तो
CCI is
Sharjah.
bigger.
Is it bigger than Wankhede?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Well,
think it's
yes
bigger
and
than
no.
Wankhede. It's not bigger than Wankhede, dude.
It is. According to me, it is, and that's all that matters. I have been to both grounds. मेरे को वो ज्यादा बड़ा लगा.
Oh,
Hey,
fair enough.
Brabant is bigger, yaar. Maybe not stadium wise, but the ground is definitely bigger.
Chad can tell us. Chad, do you know if Brabon is bigger or Wankhede is bigger? I always thought Wankhede was bigger because otherwise, why would they shift everything to Wankhede and not keep it to CCI?
Political reasons, Akash. It's
Fair.
fairly. CCI was not willing to integrate, and MCA was like, हमको चाहिए, and then they're like, नहीं, ये हमारा है, and MCA was like, okay, ठीक है, तो हम दूसरा ग्राउंड बनाएंगे. और
Oh,
मतलब
that's what happened.
सीसीआई में ऐसे वो लोग खड़े हुए, सीसीआई का एक पत्थर उठाया और फिर फेंका,
Hmm.
और जहां लैंड हुआ वहीं पे खोदना चालू कर दिया वानखेड़े. So for those who don't know, this is the untold story of how Wankhede
So,
was built.
untold for a reason because there is barely any fucking fact to it. It's like the story
That's,
that Indira Gandhi made Air India ka tower in front of Indian Express ka tower to block the view. You know?
hey, that is a true story, man. That is a true
Is it?
story as told to me
Is
by
it?
my parents. Yeah. That was also made out of spite.
Even my
Generally,
parents
a
told
lot
me
of construction along the Queen's necklace has been done out of spite.
that's right.
It's what I have been given to understand.
And we are
Uh,
back with conspiracy theories. Sorry guys, हम लोग को है ना शर्म आना चाहिए. हम लोग इतना conspiracy theories में engaged है. हम लोग को क्रिकेट पसंद है पर हम लोग को conspiracy theory भी बहुत पसंद है. We can't help it.
That's true. And the best part of it is we also make fun of people who spread conspiracy theories and believe in them, like the flat
Yeah,
earthers or the people who believe that we didn't land
yeah.
on the moon.
Yeah,
You know,
or the people that believe that Australia did a spring in their bat.
yeah,
Dumbasses.
indeed.
Hey,
Uh,
tell me this, Dhaval. Hardik Pandya and Krunal Pandya, the two brothers, have been separated in some sense.
yeah.
Do you feel like when they're not together, it's going to be different? Like, I don't know. I don't know. What role does Hardik even play now in a team?
Does Hardik even play a role in the team is yet to be decided after he
Hmm.
passes his fitness test at the NCA. I
Hmm.
don't think word has been given out yet whether or not he has passed such a test, but I am aware of the fact that BCCI had put a precondition to his participation in this tournament because he must pass the fitness test.
Because BCCI genuinely wants Hardik. You know, they have a lot of long-term plans for Hardik, as it were, and
Yeah,
and
and also
all
he's still
the
a contracted player in spite of not having played any international cricket for quite some time
वही तो
regularly.
वही तो कि उसका भले डाउनग्रेड किया हो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, उसका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अभी भी है.
Yeah.
You know, so अभी यार ये थोड़ा अच्छा हरसाब सिंह is saying that Hardik has passed the test. Now if he truly
Okay,
has,
great.
then nothing like it. Ah,
This is okay. Parangat Kapoor has put something in the chat, and that is interesting. 2,000 rupees ticket price is unfair. What is the point of this 25% capacity thing if government is anyway removing all the restrictions? Exactly. But
so they are
I'm not sure if they've set 25% capacity yet.
going to make it full is the word on the street.
कौन से स्ट्रीट पे? ए रोड पे कि बी
में
रोड पे?
सी रोड.
सी रोड. अरे सी रोड वालों का मत सुन. वो लोग वो लोग सी
नहीं
वर्ड है.
बट जेन्युइनली वो है, वो होने वाला है मतलब. एंड लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट ब्रो, परंगत कपूर माय फ्रेंड, let's not take politicians too seriously. You know, you can't trust them. You know, I mean, because let's just put it this way: there are a lot of conflicting memos going about at this point in time. The rest of the world seems to still be having a lot of big crop ups of the cocoa, so you never know
Yeah, but
what can
Indian
happen.
government has decided that COVID is over. 31st March से सब जा रहा है. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's generally, do
But
you
yeah,
feel, Akash, that this IPL is not hyped enough and that Formula One is receiving more hype than the IPL this year? And also that we are
uh,
doing a Formula One stream again this weekend. So maybe you guys should tune
yeah,
in for that. Huh? What is
you
your answer to that?
definitely should. नहीं, I mean, I
कुछ सुना
think,
है तूने आईपीएल के बारे में ये साल? From official, not I'm not talking about from individual teams, but generally, are you seeing any like, oh, IPL is happening, IPL is happening, IPL is happening, or is that
no,
missing, or am I just
not.
feeling that?
I don't know. Maybe it's you're right. But then Dhaval, I barely exist. You know, so I don't know. Like I don't really spend that much time on the internet looking at things like this. So I wouldn't know.
No, that's the
But for
thing.
me,
Last year, you would not have to spend time looking at things like this because the moment you turned on the internet for anything, they would just slap you in the face with the fact that the IPL was on.
yeah, but I think it's also the fact that like now they're not trying to distract you from as many things as they were during that time.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I think it's also that. I
So I
think
am
they,
right.
it's also, plus like I think the Kashmir file stuff has to blow over before IPL can gain prominence again. I think until that is done, I don't think IPL will get its due, so to speak. Uh,
Indeed.
Perhaps the extra teams will add a lot more interest because a lot more people will be personally invested because their local team is now participating. That will make a difference. And I think more than anything, it's the last two IPLs were so close to each other that there is some sense of burnout, which is I think what is happening right now more than anything else. Any more IPL idiosyncrasies that you would like to discuss? What I was going to ask you after follow up was Krunal. You know, Krunal has been one of my favorite bowlers. You know, I mean, slow, orthodox, sometimes unorthodox, sometimes angry. Uh, is how I would like to describe Krunal. और bowling तो उसका सही है. And I'm going to some weird hell for that, but But I generally, I don't know how Lucknow. I generally Lucknow and Gujarat do not seem like particularly sorted teams right now. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Lucknow had a better auction than Gujarat, but again, I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
it works out. Yeah, but hey, RCB has a new captain, Dhaval.
the towel boy.
अरे यार टावल बॉय मत बोल यार. तू टावल बॉय बोलता है ना, फिर मेरे को विजुअल आता है कि वो टावल में खड़ा है. पता नहीं और मेरे को
इसीलिए तो
नहीं भी
बोलता हूँ.
देखना है. और हाँ, पर वही है, मेरे को नहीं भी देखना है और देखना भी है. यू नो.
It's my job to make you question your reality, Akash.
Yeah, that's the problem. Acha, Srishti पूछ रही, will you go to watch the match in the stadium? Let me tell you all about something. So we just did our first ever live discussion come streaming event for the F1 in Mumbai. We're figuring out the logistics around this. If you would like to come and watch a match with us for the IPL, whether it's Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, or Pune, hit us up on DM, because our plan is we would love to go and watch match with y'all, but we just need to logistically figure it out. So if there are enough people willing to do it, 100,000% we are going to go and fucking watch those matches. Uh, we will see you at a nice Mumbai match, which I feel we will win. That's the match we'll go to watch, so that you can also enjoy us watching Mumbai lose, because every time I go to watch Mumbai at Wankhede, we lose. So actually, Dhawan, let's watch Mumbai at Brabant this time to
Yeah,
make sure. Yeah, or DY
yeah.
Patil. Go meet my in-laws after. तुम लोग क्रिकेट स्पॉन्सर करोगे क्या? हम लोग अच्छा
Ticket.
टिकट नहीं, टिकट हम लोग स्पॉन्सर नहीं करेंगे. हम लोग खुद इस पॉडकास्ट का स्पॉन्सर नहीं ढूंढ पा रहे. पता है क्या ये? आज हम लोग ने सॉफ्टवेयर स्विच किया है, वो भी फ्री वाला यूज कर रहे हैं. अभी जूम का पैसा भी खत्म हो गया हमारा. तो ये पैशन कितना लंबा चलेगा हम लोग को नहीं पता है. हम लोग अब एट दिस पॉइंट सिर्फ दोस्त ढूंढ रहे हैं इसमें.
That's
Oh
true.
man. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, Faf captain of RCB, does that even matter? Is the first question.
No, I feel like RCB is like the Bangladesh of IPL.
Right.
That they don't need a captain. It doesn't matter who their captain is. It's a
Correct.
cohesive unit that is going to uplift each other and win the
Hmm.
trophy this year. This is the
Hmm.
script that they have fed every year. But the reality of it is completely the opposite. It is a team of individuals who are constantly trying to outdo each other and end up tripping over each other by the end of it
Hmm.
and producing no real results, not even living up to their promise,
Hmm.
other than making 3 or 4 final appearances.
Fair. 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 Well, I mean, they shared Ashish Nehra
No,
also,
it
so I
doesn't
don't know.
matter.
Maybe they have.
They got rid of him. They got rid of him.
They did.
Lol,
They did.
one day they will
Uh,
win. That's, I mean,
and
हम
now,
होंगे
now
कामयाब
he's
तो
now
सब
he's
लोग ही
somewhere
घाटे.
else. Now he's somewhere else,
Yeah,
and they have a very interesting team. अनमोल बोल रहा
yeah.
है, अरे आप लोग रेगुलरली स्ट्रीम क्यों नहीं करते हो क्रिकेट का? वंस अ वीक हम लोग अभी आईपीएल में कोशिश कर रहे हैं. जेन्युइनली हम दोनों, लाइक, आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो, बट धवल इज अ लॉयर एंड आई एम अ कॉमेडियन, एंड वी बोथ हैव लाइक फुल टाइम लाइफ जॉब्स. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इट गेट्स हार्ड टू डू दिस.
And we don't have a third
आई
person
स्टार्टेड.
like we can, tag team.
Yeah, we can't even do that. Devansh is saying I started taking interest in Test cricket because of these two people. That is the fucking game, bro. That's why we do this, bro. So that more people see the beauty in the sport that we are so in love with, motherfuckers. Any thoughts about Punjab? Great state. Bhagwan Singh Man, I feel, is going to do a great job. I think he just today only he launched an anti-corruption
No,
hotline.
no, he's
So,
asking about Kings 11, Akash.
oh, what about them?
Do you have thoughts about them?
I try not to.
Okay.
Yeah, I try
Uh,
to. काफी
Let me answer
lackluster
that
team.
question.
हाँ,
That
केएल
Punjab
करके
have
एक
had
काना
great.
है. केएल
Huh?
करके एक जो उनका काना है ना, वो तुम कभी नहीं भर पाओगे. वो मेरा सबसे बड़ा एट द मोमेंट स्ट्रेस है.
नहीं यार, पंजाब का टीम सही है यार. मतलब वो लोग का थोड़ा मतलब ऐसा रबाड़ा वबाड़ा आ गया है. मयंक कैप्टन करेगा, अर्शदीप सिंह फाड़ बॉलिंग करेगा और जिताएगा वो लोग को शाहरुख खान. तू देख, तू बस देख. देख तेरे पंजाब की हालत क्या होगी भगवान.
ये हो ही नहीं सकता है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये नहीं हो सकता है. You think Shahrukh Khan is okay? You know what, dude? This the award of faith you have in this player. And Dhaval has loved this Shahrukh Khan for years. He follows Shahrukh Khan for years. I think he thinks कि मैं होने वाला है. I don't think he gets it. ये वो वाला नहीं है. इससे नहीं हो रहा है बहुत सालों से.
होएगा होएगा, तू देख ना, उसका डोमेस्टिक परफॉर्मेंस काफी सही रहा है
Yeah.
और ये साल वो फाड़ेगा. तू बस
Okay.
देखता जा. He just needs an extended run in a team, man. That's all he
Yeah.
needs. He's had a
Yeah.
fantastic domestic T20 tournament,
Uh-huh.
and they've had a fantastic auction. Like their
They
auction
have.
was top notch.
They have had a great option. That is
Yeah,
for sure. Uh,
absolutely.
any other highlights that you would like to touch upon with regards to the IPL this year?
Yeah, I want to generally preview the CSK KKR match. That's the
Yeah.
first game of the season. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a close fought affair. There
Oh,
is CSK are going
why?
to be missing Moin Ali because he's having visa issues traveling from England to
Yeah.
India, which is
Yeah.
just like
How
funny
dumb?
because
How dumb?
which English person does not get visa to come to India?
How
And which
dumb?
brown English person is refused to get visa to come to India? It's just blowing my mind.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah,
But
without
they're
Moin
really
Ali,
gonna meet. They're gonna miss Deepak also. I feel. I feel like Deepak kind of gave this devil may care balance to the team that Dhoni brings. Dhoni himself not really being the same Dhoni that we've seen with the bat. तो अभी मेरे को वो भी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है कि क्या वो उनको 6 मैच भी दे पाएगा 14 में से is the real question.
I think वो 14 में से उन लोग को एक मैच जिता भी देना. Only one match if Dhoni can make them
हाँ
win. Like if he
हाँ
contributes to one victory, that's it.
yeah.
He
Devansh,
has
thanks for
served
the
his
super chat.
purpose.
देवांश बोल रहा है पंजाब हैज टू विन दे नीड टू केजरीवाल टू प्ले. यार वो उसका कोई भरोसा नहीं आजकल. वो भी हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ने में बिजी है. कुछ नहीं बोल सकते.
True.
Will we have a team? ये क्या चल रहा है? Who have a team, bro? I'm sure they'll. Everyone already has a team, Shrishti. KKR to miss Pat Cummins and Aaron Finch, bro. I feel like Pat Cummins more than Aaron Finch. Pat Cummins, my God, the form he's been in. If I were KKR, I would have made him captain as soon as he showed how fucking sublime he's been as Pakistan captain. Sorry, as Australia captain. Pakistan series notwithstanding, is what I was trying to say.
I mean, आज 5 विकेट लिया लड़के ने. तू क्या बोल रहा है? और कितना अच्छा दिखता है वो, पता है? उसका मुंह देखा है तूने? इतना सिमेट्रिकल है, चिजल्ड है, सब मतलब कितना अच्छा दिखता है वो. एंड दैट
जमोन बोल
स्माइल.
रहा है कि मोइन गॉट द वीजा, मोइन अली विल रीच मुंबई टुमारो मॉर्निंग. फिर तो भाई नहीं, चेन्नई का तोड़ ही नहीं भाई. चेन्नई को तुम यार, चेन्नई फर्स्ट मैच नहीं हारता है टूर्नामेंट का रे. उनको लास्ट मैच हराने में आधे लोग का पसीना और गांड फट जाता है भाई. तू क्या बात कर रहा है? चेन्नई, मेरा चेन्नई का
डैड्स आर्मी
ओपिनियन.
बोलते हैं वो लोग को, डैड्स
I
आर्मी.
used to I used to feel hatred towards Chennai, and now I just feel like awe plus hatred.
Hot red. Yeah, man, Chennai is not going to lose. But KKR, under Shreyas Iyer, he's got a point to prove.
He does.
He's
He's
in
been
the
amazing in
form.
the
He's
test
in some
matches.
form, man.
Yeah, he's in some form. So I mean, it's really for us to see whether form exists
Like
and whether
KKR
it
have a
carries.
decent team. If you just think a team is made up of like 6 people.
Any
Uh,
team that keeps Andre Russell back and is hoping that Andre Russell stays a part of that core, that's the first problem.
नहीं यार, आंड्रे रसल है ना एक और तरह का. हाँ, मे बी नॉट आंड्रे रसल. सुनील नारायण इज वन ऑफ दोस irreplaceable players. Like you don't have
Fair.
another Sunil Narayan. You have several other Andre Russell type
But
players.
that's my point. They chose to retain Andre Russell, which means he's central to their plans. But then again, they do tend to throw away captains and players alike midway through. I don't know, man. KKR, man, they need to figure it out. मैंने आर्यन खान को वो टेबल पे देखा ना, मैं बोला
Let's
यार
not
ये
talk
अभी.
about that. Anmol's comment is श्रेयस कितना भी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर ले, 4 पे तो पंत को ही खिलाएंगे. नहीं, पंत दिल्ली कैपिटल्स के लिए खेलता है और श्रेयस
और
अय्यर
श्रेयस
केकेआर के लिए
कलकत्ता
खेलता
के
है.
लिए खेलता
तुम
है.
लोग थोड़ा रिसर्च करके आओ यार. ये क्या कर रहे हो तुम? ऐसा
या
कौन बोलता है?
हम लोग नेशनल सिलेक्शन की बात ही नहीं कर रहे, क्योंकि फायदा ही नहीं है, क्योंकि वो मीटिंग में तो कोई और बैठता है अननेसेसरली. Uh, what other IPL thoughts, my friends?
What other IPL thoughts? Maybe chat can give us some ideas. We have about 5 or 6 minutes to go for this stream.
Huh.
Andrik Norkia. Andrik Norkia for Delhi Capitals. Delhi Capitals have so many injuries. It's just I feel sad
Yeah,
for them
dude.
at this
Delhi's
point
gonna
in
lose a
time.
lot of people.
They're going to get a
The
staggered
Yeah,
inflow
the
of
the whole
players.
the first half of the tournament is gonna be a bit of a balancing act for them.
Yeah,
But it seems like the second half तक सब लोग मतलब पूरा ही roster एकदम अच्छे से सब लोग
but you know
आके
what that
settle हो
means,
जाएंगे.
right? You know what that
Hmm.
means, right? It means that Lalit Yadav is going to get an extended run in the team. I hope.
Maybe, but I don't think so. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt. There is a lack
Let's
of
see.
faith in Chotu Indian. Anyway, Chotu. But yeah, I would like to see him play. But let's see what happens. I'm very sure that who's this guy who's finally made it to Delhi? What's his name? Fuck. Manoj Tiwari? No. Mayank Pandey? No. Uh, who's the guy? Yaar. Pant played with him also. Yaar. Pant played a lot of cricket with him. Who's his name? What's his name?
Sarfaraz.
Sarfaraz. Sarfaraz only is there. No, now he just came to Delhi this year.
Hmm. What
I think
about him?
Sarfaraz, I think is going to get a lot more batting time.
For Delhi?
Yeah,
It's not
with
made
all
for
their
Delhi.
injuries. So that's what I was fucking asking you, man. Why do you do this every time? I'm asking you, who is the guy who Delhi bought that Pant has played with? This Dhaval doesn't know jack shit. KS Bharat? Yes, KS Bharat. No, not KS Bharat. KS Bharat plays for Karnataka. Doesn't he?
Oh, Sarfaraz is
Fuck.
part of Delhi Capitals. You are right.
So then Sarfaraz is the one. Sarfaraz is
Hmm.
the one, which I feel is will get a lot more batting. I'm very bad with names, my friends. Don't hold it against me unless it
Yeah,
gets
कभी
hard.
कभी मेरे को रंजीत बुलाता है ये.
That's true. I call him the Dulip also, and sometimes I call him Mankad. 32 people watching and 32 likes, which is exactly what I expect from Couch Pundits. Small but loyal fan base. धवल रैप अप मार देते हैं यार. 2 मिनट बाकी है.
Wrap up.
और अब
Yeah.
क्योंकि अपन मिलेंगे अभी अगले हफ्ते वापस तो हम करने ही वाले यही चीज.
अभी ये रेगुलर होने वाला है वीक टू वीक.
Yes.
यूजुअली ट्यूसडे वेंसडे थर्सडे में से एक दिन पे होगा. We'll try and
Yeah.
keep it consistent, but because of scheduling, it might go either one day of this side of Wednesday or one day that side of Wednesday.
Yeah.
So please bear with us and make sure you keep liking the stream every time we are here. If you don't get a chance to watch it, these streams are going to be up there. We're going to make a separate IPL playlist. I think we should do that so that people can watch IPL streams separately. There are going to be watch alongs,
Yeah.
mostly for Mumbai Indians games. However, if you do want us to watch along for some other games not involving Mumbai Indians, please
We will
don't waste
try.
our time. We are not
We
going to
will
do that.
try. We will try to consider a reality where we do it, and then we will try. That's what I can assure
No,
you.
just kidding. Yeah, Akash has said he's going to try. Also, guys, please DM us with guest suggestions. We're looking for guests to bring on to our podcast because,
Always.
frankly, people are getting tired of watching just Akash and me.
Yeah, it's
And by
true.
people, I mean our regular fans, like my mother in the other room. She's like, "क्या रोज रोज आकाश के साथ बैठ के podcast करता
It's
है
true.
किसी और को नहीं किया."
Yeah.
So yeah, what is this
All
MI
right.
bias? It's not a bias. It's called being fans, Shrishti. We are fans of a particular franchise
कितना करे
and we
कवर.
watch their
पागल हो जाएंगे हम लोग. नहीं है मैं क्रिकेट
uh,
रिपोर्टर. मैं नहीं मैसेज किया था साहा को कि खबरदार इंटरव्यू नहीं दिया तो मैं हूं क्या वो नहीं ना. मेरे को इधर
चल अब
लैंडो
बोरिया
वाले जोक्स
बिस्तरा
निकलेंगे.
बांध तू
या
और निकलते हैं.
Chalo. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll be back next week with more IPL. Once the IPL starts, we come into our element when it comes to the drama and the controversy and the conspiracy, and sometimes the cricket also, but mainly the hairstyles.
Oh yeah.
Please.
One more thing before we
Oh
go.
yeah.
There is the regular Couch Pundits season-long fantasy that
Oh yes,
we are hosting the league again this year. Please
yes,
join before the first game starts because that's generally like helps my
yes,
OCD like type things that I have.
yes.
But also scoring is easier. and if you join later, it will just not benefit you. At the end
Exactly.
of the thing, whoever wins will get praise, bragging rights, and we'll
And a
call them
chance to
for a
be on the
small,
stream.
yeah,
Yeah.
for a small segment to talk to Akash and me
Yeah. If you don't know how
on
to
this.
do the fantasy league, download the IPL app. In that, there is the fantasy. Enter our league code once you make your team, and that's how you get into the team, the league, whatever. And Dhaval is way more consistent than I am. He has actually been decent at this more often than not. I, on the other hand, am more intermittent and bad. So, but either way, it's a lot of fun for all of us because it's just adds to the drama of watching it, and it's a lot cheaper than wasting money on Dream 11 or any other whatever other semi gambling app that you use to make cricket entertaining. We will be back this weekend with an F1 stream and next week with the cricket stream as we do more live streaming events for F1 coming up, match watch alongs for cricket on the YouTube and in person if we end up going for a match. All the things that you need to know are updated more regularly on Couch Pundits Sports. It's on Instagram. You can check it out in the description of this. Leak code is in the description and in the comment, the pinned comment. This stream will become dead after a while, so make sure you get it before that. And last and not the least, remember life is short, but a test match is 5 days. So at least something is going for us. Chalo, bye guys.